WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Explicit, boy.
We are back with more Activated Mornings and more talk time on the Clean Fresh Sound WEFM. At this time, joining us is Mr. Kingsley DeFreitas to give us his morning commentary. Kingsley, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I am one of the persons in St. Vincent who don't believe and who don't like to use the word culture to describe the situation that you were just discussing. Just said a while ago, legacy, but that even is a poor word to use. So I'm not engaging in that particular choice of words, culture, and legacy. But there is a problem, and we acknowledge there's a problem in this area. And a lady sang a warning to me yesterday, and if you will listen, you will learn something from that. She said, I was inside, now I'm outside. Okay? And what she's saying to you this morning is if you continue to raise this, you may be cautioned not to raise the topic of discussing a rape culture. Because you don't know. You don't know this country is so small. And I had a friend who was once accused of misbehaving in public. And there was no evidence to sustain that misbehavior in public. And other persons, including Dave Roberts, have had a witch hunt just to get at my friend because he was accused of misbehaving in public office. So, and whenever you hear you discussing the issue of rape and culture, people have a tunnel vision and they only focus on my friend. You have to figure out who's my friend. Leave it right there. Because I am just doing that this way to let you know that as growing media workers in the morning, there's certain things you have to just leave. Pigeon spend a lot of time on WEFM. And Pigeon will never go on this Issue Your Time Sunday program and raise the issue of rape culture. Because Sister Ryan will shut him down immediately. Because it will appear that he's focused on my friend and the accusation of misbehaving in public office. So and Miss Peter said a while ago, and she complained about the way drivers drive with people sit on the back of the vehicles. That's a culture. That's a culture where you go down Canon Park or creating. You go after about 4 people, and they sit on the back of the van. They don't concern about the danger. They like the culture of just sitting on the back of the van. So I am not supporting Pigeon theory. While he asked some good questions and he probably went into the research. But how much people in this and again will pay attention to what was just said by Pigeon? But 1 or 2, Ms. Peter just pay attention to it. Because from a scientific standpoint, that's probably it. But when you speak about rape and culture in St. Vincent, you know where people vision going, you know who people's going to point their fingers at. And take it from me, as an experienced person who's been around, when the lady say I was inside, I agree with her. I'm outside looking in. I don't want both of you to find out yourself in that position. Because if I were gone, I go miss all you. You understand? And I think that I'm just trying to disseminate some of the wisdom I learned in radio. Because I know there are things that we can talk and we can say that happened because there is an allegation something that it happened. But how we can prove that it happened? So I am not supporting Pigeon theory. I am not supporting anybody who's saying that there is a rape culture in St. Vincent and Grenadines. Because let me tell you something, you know, there are some men out there, right? When they get married to a woman, they have a thing that the good book say wives must submit themselves to her husband. So he went out someplace, drink some strong rum, go home and aggressive to his wife because he wants his oil change, so he get aggressive. And she said no. Right? Is that rape? Is the man go feel, well, that is not rape because that's his wife. But she might feel violated because she's not in the mood. That is that saying that there's a culture of men raping the woman because he go out, he get the tips, he go home and he try to harass his girlfriend, his wife. Is that really rape? Anyhow, that's my what Dianna said, that is rant for the day. Mm-hmm. That's my rant responding to the issue. And we have a wonderful day.
All right.
Okay?
You too, Kingsley. All right. Thanks. Goodbye.
Right. So to respond to Kingsley, firstly, while we were discussing the topic, my mind did not even run on your friend. As we were talking about it, I didn't even think about your friend until you came and, mentioned your friend. And so that came back to me. Secondly, I'm a woman and I will always talk about this issue. I will never back down from talking about any issue that affects women. I cannot. How can I be a woman and not speak up? So if we are continuously silenced, then what? That's why issues continue. But that's it. I'm a woman, and so long as there are issues affecting women, I will talk.
All right. So I think, so Dianna's kind of saying, well, in different words, what it is that I would have said as well. It really does, Kingsley, it really does bug me a lot when persons say, oh, you need to stay away from this or that topic because you're on radio and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm there like, if we have to continually be silent on particular topics, then this situation will perpetuate within society. All right. This is a topic that we're addressing of rape. Now, Dianna and I have opposing opinions on this use of the word culture. However, we are in agreement that there is an issue amongst some men. And the thing of it is, if we have to not speak on the topic, then what are we supposed to do? Cover it up? Isn't covering it up the same reason why it is that some men continue to do what it is that they do within society? So, no, I don't know if I'm speaking for Dianna, but we will not be silenced.
No.
We're not. We're not going to be silenced on this. All right.
Cannot.
No, I am opposed to using the word culture, but I'm not going to be quiet about this because even if we, let's say, Anna, every time we raise the topic and we reach at least one man to change their ways, imagine the amount of women who might actually benefit from not being violated in that way. So no. We're not going to be silenced. No, not on this. All right, sorry. Well, I don't even know if that's on anything else. I mean, as long as we are not, as long as we're not defaming persons, as long as we're not speculating, then I think that we should be able to talk about many things that we see wrong within society. All right, so.
Correct.
Good morning, Dave Roberts. I had to take a deep breath. I'm sorry.
Good morning. I love what you're all dealing with. I really love what you're dealing with. And let me support what you just said there. That if something is affecting women, you need to talk, especially if it has to do with your. What's the word I'm looking for? Especially if it has to do with your personal self, somebody trying to get into what isn't theirs, or want to get. I don't want to put it so rough, but anyhow, you get a message. We're talking about something here called rape. I have taken time out in my quietness to try and figure out how can I rape somebody. How can I rape somebody? How do you rape? I mean, it's a lot of, and there are a lot of things that lead up to that. Because when you go to court, you hear all kind of story. I remember the late Bruce Lyle as judge dealt with a matter in the court of rape. And You know what? When the story was told, when everything was left out in court, you know, the girl who was involved in it. I remember it as though Bruce Lyle is still alive. She lead the guy on. She encouraged him for them to have sex. But what happened? While they were having sex, her sister came. She didn't expect the sister was coming back home or whatever so quick. The sister caught she and this guy in the act. And she bought out rape. Now tell me, I mean, what do you call that? She was enjoying her sex, you know. She and the guy was having fun. And I like how Bruce Lyle had dealt with it, and he warned the guy to be careful with some women. Yeah. So you have to look at it. You have to look at it from both sides. But I mean, I know mainly when we talk about rape is what a man can do to a woman and what a man does to a woman. He must have some kind of different personality to want to rape a woman in a civilized world, especially. Huh? And sometimes we need to get down to the basics. We need to talk how these things, you know, how you get lead on to these things. But somehow it's so bloody pretentious and pretend we, you know, trying to be naive and all of that. Man, well, maybe that's why I have LGBTQV, whatever you call it. Maybe that's why I have that group now too.
Dave, don't be like that, because rape also happens in that community as well. All right?
Really?
Yes, Dave.
Well, you see, I am innocent. Thanks for informing me.
Rape can happen to anybody, Dave, of any sexual orientation.
Well, me not believe in that orientation with a group of us in this kind of thing. Eh? So I might be a damn fool to be thinking like that. So I am just making my position clear when it comes. They say a man was made for a woman. What did the Bible say about
Dave, that's
woman?
not what we were talking about. We're talking about the rape. It's and that.
I just bring that. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but what is war say? Rape or people who consent to go with each other?
Well, first of all, you have to when you ask me that question, you have to ask me. You have to tell me what you mean by rape. I just give a quick example of Justice Bruce Lyle dealing with, you know, people could set you up. Huh?
Yeah, well, we're not looking at cases of false accusations, Dave. Of course, we would never condone that.
Exactly.
We would never condone that, all right? Because we do recognize that many times the woman's voice is a lot stronger than the man's, but we're not going to condone that.
All right. So what are we looking at exactly? What do you want to find out? Let me see if I got the answer to
What do you mean? What's rape, Dave? Rape is without consent. Any act without consent. Okay. Well, sexual acts without consent.
Plain talk, I don't tolerate that.
Okay,
I don't tolerate that. I don't tolerate that. But then you hear this reason and that reason and all that kind of thing. So that we sometimes we add more to what we want to talk about, or we make it more difficult for us to arrive at a conclusive answer in all of this. Because really and truly, that's why some people would kill. Some men would kill if they hear somebody rape their sister, or they rape their mother, or they rape their auntie or something. But anyhow, who made sin is who made sin. Who made sin? And what you refer to as a sin, right? And like I said, I stand strongly. I don't tolerate that. I don't tolerate rape and that sort of thing.
All right,
but when certain people rape, they could get away with all of that and rape more. Thank you.
All right. All right. So let's just wrap this up. All right. So we have one caller. We could probably. All right. Hi, caller. You have 1 minute. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
I heard you have a rape rally here. I hear you have a rape rally here in St. Vincent, and someone was accused of rape, and they was charged for rape, and nothing never come on. Why those ladies was rallying in that rape rally when they should have rallied behind the lady who got raped? I heard Crystal, who was working on the station, talk about the same rape rally already, and talk about rape. So, I want to know what's the problem with that same rape. If you understand, I ask you ladies. I will listen. I will listen on the radio.
All right.
I've not
I
heard
don't
about
even.
that
I don't.
rally,
Okay, so
to be honest.
I don't even like the term rape rally. It's an anti-rape rally. I think that's probably how it should be phrased. I'm not sure what that rally was about. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. So I can't comment on it. All right. But we also have to recognize that there are different reasons why a woman, even if she is raped or has been raped, why it is that she doesn't go forward with it. Number one is the victim shaming that happens in SVG, because number one is going to be, maybe you are of a particular character because your character is going to come into play. Maybe some persons are going to say it's the way in which you were dressed. Maybe you led on this individual. Maybe, as Dave said, maybe you try to start and then you decided to stop, and the man is saying, it's too late to tell me to stop. There are different reasons why it is a woman would not go through with carrying a matter to court because of varying reasons, right? We already see that many women become victims in their own right, especially from other women who are commenting about things and saying this and that about another woman. And sometimes it's just a shame of everything, having to go to court and to relive all of it that had happened. And there are different reasons, right? There will be varying reasons why it is a woman doesn't go through it. But what it is, and especially of late that I've been noticing within the media, well, maybe it's just 2 instances, right? But anyways, we're still seeing them. That even persons who we thought or may have thought back in the day that these cases would not have gone further in the court process, that they have gone further. All right. So maybe it is just a stance that is being taken. Well, no, let me not say a stance being taken. Maybe what is happening, or what we can see from such cases being put through the court system, is that there are women who might feel a lot more comfortable and a lot more confident now coming forward and having a little bit more faith in the justice system, that their matter would at least be heard in a court of law. All right. And that police are going to take reports seriously. I'm not saying that it didn't in the past. We know that there are times when women would report, but they do not go further with it for varying reasons. But we have to find a way to stamp it out, to teach our young men and to teach a man that woman or women are not men's property. You cannot do with us as you please. All right. There was something else I wanted to go into, but again, time evades us.
As the time is upon us, I apologize for that, but I just want to say one thing before we go any further. Just to tell you, you can go to Google and you can read a little bit more about this case. The Giselle Pellicot, Gisele, and her surname Pelicot. This is a woman. This case was ongoing late last year. This is a woman who was raped by over 50-something men. Her husband drugged her for over a decade and brought in dozens of men to have sex with her or to sexually assault her, and he recorded all of this, right? So you can go and read up on that case. Her husband is the one who initiated all of this. Some of the men, firefighters, in Britain they say lorry drivers, soldiers, security guards, journalists, men like those, and among others. So if you want to read a little bit more about that, you can go on the internet and read up on that case.
But you're saying that to say
just to show you some of the things. And there is this usually this issue about the husband and wife situation, where they would tell you the husband is you must submit to your husband, and your husband is this and your husband is that. I just want people to see that this is a case where when we talk about rape, we expect it to be the rugged man. But in this case, there are men who have reputable occupations, and it's her husband drugged her and brought in other people to do these things.
So it's not a quote unquote. So it's not just prevalent here in SVG. You're saying it's prevalent.
No,
elsewhere?
and I actually found something on the internet that not really for that. But I just wanted to highlight that case. I wanted to talk about that case for a very long time. And as we on the topic of rape, I remember it, so I'm sending people to read up on that.
Okay.
I did read something about the rape culture across the world anyways, but let's just, it's now 8:04 and we got to head out of this. We have to bring to you foreign policy in just a minute.